Kola is very sweet. It's more intentional.
Just see at times, like the way he looks at you, is somebody that wants to mislead you. I don't think she likes you too.
I don't like her.
Big Brother is back with his weird sounds. The housemates should brace up because it's about to be a long week of disturbance from Big Brother. Just look at Mensah's face, like he was confused. He woke up confused. And Big Brother, he usually plays this sound by like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. ish. That time when the sleep go, they sweet you. You know, that time you're enjoying your sleep so much, you just come with the sound. So they should brace up, and then Doris was saying that the sound is not even scary, that is more annoying than scary. I say, you're looking for people that's trouble. Maybe tomorrow he'll send the ninjas to go in there and make the sounds and put the sounds in people's ear, or he'll play a different sound. Anyway, I'm curious to see how this week is going to play out because this week is almost it's basically about facing your fears. The team is face your fears. So I wonder what he's going to bring for them throughout the week. Because the way the head of house game started, uh, the things that they did for the head of house challenge, the head of house games and the head of house challenger, it was crazy. So I'm wondering what he'll bring. Maybe he might bring animals along the way, along the line during the week. Who knows? Kind of negative. Let's be watching. So let's talk about the things that happened in the house yesterday, last night, and just several conversations that happened here and there. Welcome back to my channel, guys. If you are new here, please do well to like, share, subscribe, and all the good stuff. And don't forget to turn on your post notifications so that you can get notified each time I post a brand new video. So, I saw this video of Kola and Dede praying. I say, when una begin dey gather for prayer, when una begin dey gather as in both of them, when did you guys start meeting for prayers? Hey, Abi, we're now going to call this spiritual ship. I saw somebody online saying that if the thing does not work physically, it's going to sail spiritually. So it was just an interesting thing. It was just an interesting scene. I said I'm going to bring it to you guys.
Unto your name in the mighty name of Jesus. When I come before the throne of mercy, Lord, to ask for you to forgive. I feel like
It's all right. It's okay. Moving on from that, Kola was having a conversation with Imisi about what he thinks concerning Jason. So he was saying that he feels like Jason doesn't like him. In fact, he used the word hatred. He said he feels like Jason doesn't like him, that Jason hates him. And he now gave some instances of some things that he has observed that made him feel that way, right? And one of the examples he gave was when Jason was talking about his auditions. Jason basically said that at the audition ground, when Kola came with his friend into like the room they were like the audition center, the audition place, and the way the ladies were just like, who's this guy? Who are these guys? He felt very invisible, right? So now it just makes Kola feel like Jason is kind of threatened by him. And then he now talked about his game. You guys remember that Kola'S question game? And the question they threw at Jason was who if he was given the power to evict, which housemates would he evict? I think it was like three housemates that he was supposed to mention, a bit two. Anyway, he mentioned Faith and he mentioned Kola. Although his mention of Kola, it was almost like Kola was standing there, he was his game master, and they were like, oh, he should call somebody, he should just call anybody. I was like, okay, Kola. So maybe it wasn't coming from a weird place or from a bad place. I don't know. But that was what Kola spoke about when talking to Emisi.
I feel like Jason J doesn't like me. I think he hates me, but he pretends to.
Did I tell you this?
Yeah, you told me that before. When we came into the house, he said that when we went for the auditions, he felt very invincible when he sung. That my game, and they said we would evict two people. He picked me and Faith.
All these things, all this feeling, all this conversation. I mean, this conversation, it only came up because of the head of house situation of Jason picking Koi as his assistant, I mean his house guest, and also him picking Dede and Koi to participate in the head of house challenger. So I don't know, maybe Kola is feeling left out, which is weird because I'm like, okay, if Jason J had picked you to be part of the challengers, so how will it be? So to be that he picked you, he picked Koi, he picked Dede. Isn't that weird? Isn't that like somehow? So Kola was like, if he had picked him, maybe it would have made him feel like he doesn't have an issue with him. But he basically just feels like Kola has an I'm sorry, Jason has an issue with him. And all these things that happened recently is what is making him bring up the dislike or the hatred topic with regards to Jason.
But the fact that he picked Dede and Coin, it seems like he doesn't find Coin as a threat. But with me, he has never. I'm not sure
He
if
doesn't like you.
I know he
He
does.
was the first person I made mention of that day.
It's okay. It's okay. Jason was actually having a conversation with Dede about him. I'm going to address that like very shortly. So, I'm just observing. I'm watching. If he's with regards to Jason liking him or not liking him, obviously I don't think like they are like best of friends or like the coolest. Which is why that time where they were planning and doing, oh, we're going to deal with this person. They're plotting on how they will come together and like would I say humble Dede anyway because then himself, Jason J, Sultana, Gigi, there was a time they're having a conversation about forming an alliance and, just basically in a bid to make Dede feel some type of way, I've been feel jealous and stuff. So, um, I don't think that's their best of friends. I don't think that made them close or anything. But all these conversations usually come up when Jason and Dede are now cool because all this while, Kola has not been saying so much about him, with in about him in that regard. But now that himself and Jason and Dede have now reconciled and all these things are happening, that's when we're having this conversation like on a regular. So for Imisi, she was now telling him that he should keep the energy. Like if he feels like these people don't like him, there's no need. Just maintain your lane. And he was like, yeah, that he does maintain his lane with respect to some people that he has observed that they don't vibe. He mentioned Denari, he mentioned Coin, right? And Imisi asked him, what about Bright? I say, and he was like, Bright is his friend. She was like, when she now said, it was like, she should tell him what she heard. She said no, that she didn't hear anything. That's just what she feels. That she feels like Bright is not really for him like that. That she sees the way he looks at him. That's the way Bright looks at him, and also she made reference to the kissing scene, the kissing thing with Isabella that night because Bright was there. It was like a gathering. It was almost like a dare in a way. They wanted to dare him to kiss like Isabella, and Bright was like encouraging it. So she feels like Bright does not have his best interest, or Bright did that to, would I say, sabotage him in a way. So that was what she was expressing to him.
I just see at times like the way he looks at you is somebody that wants to mislead you. Some people don't have to show it to you that they hate you, but their reaction, the way they look at you,
It's because of that kissing that happened.
he wants to trying to make you like doing bad boy shit. Like
So she just mentioned that Bryce is trying to mislead him, what am I even saying? Which is what he told Bright actually. Like he told Bright that you're a bad friend, that you're a bad influence in my life. That's after the kiss had happened, right? And but for me, I don't think the Bright situation is coming from a place of hatred. Like I wouldn't say, oh, Bride doesn't like him or anything. I just think that whole scene, I mean, the situation with Bright and him, Bright has just been trying to put him in the bad boy spectrum and also put him in a place where he's not seen as like a sim for Dede, or let it be that he has his own doings too. That's in terms of color. I don't think it's coming from a place of like dislike per se, right? So I think that's what it is. That's just how I read it. I didn't see it like that, right? Anyway, He still spoke to Bright later, but before we get to that, Jason was also talking about him. For Jason, he was asking Dede about like her dynamics with Kola and Koi, right? Trying to get an insight as to how Dede feels about both of them. She said for Koi is like it's almost like an open relationship where they can, they can just both do whatever they like, no questions asked. But they just know that they're friends, they're cool and everything. Nobody is trying to gatekeep the other person or anything. Like they're just chilled friends and stuff. But with Kola, there are more feelings involved, right? And that Kola is just basically like a cool, nice, chill person. And it now made her, because of those feelings involved, I mean, where there are feelings involved, that she would definitely run, right? So she was just describing Cola's own in that light, basically, from the place of like feelings.
The color is very sweet. It's more intentional. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's more feeling involved, right? And the one thing about feeling involved, I'm wrong. But I do enjoy talking to him as well. He's like one of the sweetest persons in this house.
I am not surprised actually, because even like before that Isabella's case happened, I was already seeing some things. You guys know that that night, we started off with her dancing with Kola, and then there was also like the tight hug earlier on. I think it was Sunday, the Sunday before that. She was like she rested her head on his laps. Yeah, she rested her head on him, Sha, and they were just seeing and all of that. So she had already started loosening up, and I think that's the way I see this dynamics. Let me give you guys. So with Koi is like brother type thing. It's like a brother dynamics. With Jason is like friendship dynamics, like my friend that we just knew and then we are chilled and friends. With Kola, it's like okay, there's a possibility of something, there's likeness there. And with regards to what I told you concerning what I told you about like the earlier days of when the guys came into the house, where Dede was telling me that okay, she should leave Kola's side, like she should like well, like she should leave Kola. And then Mide now said okay, my own is bright, then your own is Kola and everything. So I always knew that there were some kind of feelings involved, but it's not the type where okay, if Kola is doing anyhow, she will now be there and still be struggling. No, as much as those feelings are involved, she will still stand her ground and like, do her own thing if he is moving a certain way. Then she now likened the relationship to Davido and Whiskey. So it's kind of like a Davido and Whiskey thing because of how different they are. That's Koi and Kola. So there are no more fishes, guys. We're not calling them Davido and Whiskey.
You can't put them together. It's like comparing whiskey and DVD. I can talk to Kola for like 5 minutes and we're speaking about a lot of things. But I can talk to you for 6 hours and we're not even talking about anything. We're just going around in circles and just talking about the most random things. It's not about whose company I enjoy the most. I just have a great relationship with the both of them.
So imagine how they were sitting like the both pairs that were having the conversation. They were in the garden there talking about each other, this house and their dynamics. Right? Like I said, we have Davido. I'm going to say Davido is a Kola, Whiskey is going, and we are going to add Jason as Bonner Boy. New dynamics. Then he still carried the gist to Bright though. That's Kola, the whole Jason thing. It was a long conversation, just talking about different things that makes him feel like Jason is like this and that he has not done anything to Jason. I say, Kola, relax, calm down. It's not that deep. If not everybody's gonna like you, obviously, and then it should not be that much of a big deal per se. And then Bright was just telling him that the picking thing, that's picking Dede, sorry, picking coin was just a strategic move from Jason, that he couldn't pick Sultana because he still has a thing for Dede. And if he had picked Sultana, then he would have closed the door or any room for any possible friendship or closeness between himself and Dede. And there's no way he could have picked Dede because he still has stuff that he's doing with Sultana. So Koi was just like the neutral ground. And also it had to do with him trying to pass a message across that he has no issues with Koi. So it was just a strategic move. That's what Bryce was telling him.
He can't pick Sultana. If he picks Sultana, it's like the door is closed for him and Dede. And he can't pick Dede because he's having something to do with Sultana now. So to be on the neutral ground, to make people feel like, oh, she's not having an issue with going.
So yeah, I agree with Bright. That was just Jason being strategic for whatever reason, but it's no, I don't think it was like, oh, I don't like, was he supposed to pick Color to also be in the room, or what, like, how was it supposed to be? The way Color is talking about it's almost like he's left out of the triangle. Like, what, do you want to be there? Do you want to be in the mix? That's Jason and Coin, they're now cool. Do you want to be cool with them? So to be three of you, and then Dede will not be in the mix, just with all of you. Like, is that what he wants? Anyway, they were having a conversation about Dede again. So it was Kola that brought this conversation to Mide. So he was telling Mide that he felt like when he came into the house, like when they entered the house newly, that he felt like Mide was going to be like all up in Dede's ass and just like being like a shadow of her somehow, you know. And Mide agreed to it and said that in fact that Dede was the one that pushed for the friendship at the beginning, just that she came to tell her that, they let them do this together, that let them be chilled and let them not fight. That she was just like pushing for the whole friendship thing that's Dede, right? And she was even taken aback by the whole thing, almost like it was not looking like a rushed friendship. But that's, Dede is a fine babe and this is what she's offering. So she was open to it too. Sorry, that's Midday. She was open to it too. So that was what she was saying.
You kind of want me to be a little bit up your ass. I just step back because that's not what I'm here to do. And when you came in, you gave me you were even the one pursuing it more. It was heavy. I was surprised. I was a bit taken aback when she wasn't saying anything she was saying.
Hmm. Mhm. It's all right. Speechless, helpless. I know that at the beginning, I remember when Dede got in, right? So apparently, Dede had already met her. I think it's in their medicals that she already saw her. So coming in, it was almost like, familiar face. And they hugged each other that first night, right? And that's where the friendship started from and everything. But the way she's saying it now, boy, there were so many things that were said there that felt somehow, especially because this person is your friend, right? Especially because this person is your friend, and the one that like was more somehow was when she said that Dede was even telling her to not get not get close to Brett like that, or she should not give him that much attention like that, right? Now that one we no really nice.
And maybe Dede was not really into all of those things, but because her friends were doing all those things, she wouldn't want to engage.
Because the conversation had come up where she felt like I shouldn't be entertaining Brent like that. And I just had to like clear that okay, that's you.
So this is funny enough. I'm not actually surprised because there was also a time where I made a video and I spoke about what Mide did. It was herself and Bryce. They were still just getting to know each other. That was like the second week or so. And I'd be second or third week. Second week because the way this house moved, they were just very fast with everything. So I think it was second week. Mide was complaining about Bryce, right? And then Dede was just giving her advice. So advice. And I think it was Bryce the way he was flirting with Ibifubara, and Dede was now telling Mide that she should stop allowing this thing bother her too much. She should also like go talk to other people. And when Mide and Bright, they were now doing their settlements, she mentioned it. So Bright was getting information on what Dede was telling her, which I felt did not make sense. Like, you're just even getting to know this person, and well, these are not things that you be telling a guy when you and your friend just had. This is your friend just trying to like be there, and you're giving him the gist. Like, what is he gonna do? Which which I feel like that gist or those conversations, they are part of the reasons why Bright feels how he feels about Diddy, because he mentioned it. He said it's that he doesn't like her and everything. But anyway, she just said this one, right? So okay.
In fact, she even tell me that, oh, the only reason why she started talking to Connie is because I left her.
Hey, your friend. See this she did do. See.
What's wrong with you?
If not for you, I don't fuck with her.
What did she
She
do
didn't do
personally?
anything. Like
Exactly.
there's no energy.
How would there be energy? There's not going to be any energy. Number one, like I said, the conversations that you've had with him, he's definitely not going to like her, because he would have been feeling like Diddy was against their union, or just that kind of thing. Like somebody's trying to spoil your parole. You will not like it. And then also because of the color thing, I guess, so they have not been in agreement. They did not give us our Fantastic Four this season. So anyway, it's in is mutual because what's her name? What's her name? What? Why did her name just keep my head now? Mide also said that she doesn't feel like Dede likes him as well. I say okay now. It's fine. They should carry on. Then Kola was now saying that this game thing, this whole, you guys know that Dede brought the game about like people picking different people to stay in their bed and everything. He said that Dede told him to pick her to be in like he had to pick her to be in his bed and everything. And he was like, hmm.
I want you to choose me. And I was like, okay. Why don't you just ask her your sons very cool. She's like, I don't want to stay with any guys. You I want to stay with.
See, I want to stay with. The one that we watched, the one that we saw was, I think it was Koyi that she was telling that she would prefer to be like with him and everything. We didn't see this one, but it could have happened. It's very possible. Maybe she won't put confusion. She won't scatter. She wants it to be like, okay, two guys picked her or something. It may be from that angle. Who knows? Or maybe she was joking. I don't think she was joking, but anyway, that's what he's saying, right? According to allegedly. Then Mide now revealed more concerning the earlier days where his Dede was telling her to like stay off Kola, because they were having she said they were having a conversation about guys that they like, and the reason for that was so that they won't clash. She said they told her that she wouldn't want them to like start maybe fighting over any guy or anything, so let them just like point out the guys that they kind of like, so that there'll be no um you know liking of one guy from the two of them, and they will have to fight over that. And then Mide chose Bright. Mide said she called Kola and then Bright, and then for Dede, she was like, Mide should leave Kola. And then Mide said, okay, Bright, that she's choosing Bright. And that's where that came from. And that she was just in Kola about it.
So I said color, and she had said color, but she was not like, no, don't touch color. I was like, oh yeah, no, take that one. Take this one. No. I said, just it was the game. That game. No, she mentioned coin for me.
See, Kola was Jason's name there? He wants to know. He wants to know whether she also mentioned Jason. See, okay, oh. I mean, then I'll say that Jason was the game. That game. Is it like the game, like the game in general, or there's a particular game? I didn't understand what she meant by that. She was like that game. But that game in particular, whether game one game we didn't play, I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Then this is when Big Brother was playing the sound for them and stuff. What do you guys think about everything? These dynamics, eh? That's why somehow. It would have been nice if Victory was still in the house, because you guys know he said that Sultana tried to kiss him also. Imagine if that happened and we had a new storyline this week, because this storyline, we need more, we need new storylines this week, big brother. I know that a lot of things are happening in that house, a lot of like other things are happening in that house, so please generate and we create another storyline so that we can keep being entertained, because now these scholars media rounds and the daily thing and this, it's getting stressful. They stress person brain sometimes. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye. Love you. Bye. Love you guys. Kisses.